Welcome back! For you watching at home, welcome back. It's good to have you guys back with us. We just had a great quick break, and now we're ready to get going again. Are you ready? Yes! I'm sorry?
Yes!
All right, excellent. So the first thing we're going to do is just do a slight recap. Now, usually, when you do a recap, people are like, oh, okay, let's rehash everything. We're not going to rehash everything. What we're going to do is break down very quickly some of the different items that we've covered thus far, some of the different concepts, some of the different ideas, and we're going to, once and for all, decide if they're going to have an impact on your business, and some of them we'll keep and use them in your business strategy. You'll put them into your calendars. You might want to have those out, right? Yes or yes?
Yes.
And other ones you may not want to use right now because it's your choice, it's your business. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's take a look at this. A quick recap. We talked about how to win. Anyone? Who's made a decision to win? Is that going to be some important things that you might want to implement? Yes? Okay. So what you're going to want to do is go back through those notes. As we shared with you guys yesterday, that's the first time that Pony and I covered that part ever. All the lessons of, why does Tiger do this? And expectation is going to be huge, is it not?
Yes.
I believe that even after the sessions you've already gone through today, you have a different expectation of yourself.
Yes.
Yes? Yes?
Yes.
So expect to win is how to win. Would you agree?
Yes.
We expect you to win.
Yes.
And Pony's going to be irate if you don't. Right? Yes?
Yes?
All right, good. So that's how we're going to win. The next thing we started to go into is your self-worth and your purpose. Just in hanging out with you guys for the short time that we have, I know for me, I feel like you guys have clearly identified, at least for now in this part of your life. Everyone goes through phases, right? You've identified at least a portion of what your purpose is here on this planet. You realize how rare that is? Most people are looking for that how long? Forever. Imagine you guys know some of it. You know part of what your purpose is.
Right. It is amazing.
So, might being connected to your purpose and now having some ideas. We talked about our struggles, and we also had you guys take a quiz about your self-worth and some things to work on to increase your value. And if you increase your value to yourself, all of a sudden you increase your value to the marketplace. All of a sudden you increase your value to the world. And it's like Jet told us one time. He said, hey, this company's not going to pay you $1 million until you become worth it.
That's right.
What? So we had to increase our own value so that we could become
Worth it.
worth it. No one ever sends you a check where you go, wow, I just can't believe that they think I'm worth that much. It's always you understand you are worth that much at that point. Yes?
Yes.
So how many of you are going to be able to utilize some of that information on self-worth and value to increase your business? Yes? Yes?
Yes.
So for our listeners at home, might they want to review that one again?
Yes.
Absolutely. Ready to move on? Next, we talked about the hourglass process, which is really just I almost said simplification, but this business overall, we talked about it yesterday, we make it way too
Hard.
when it's actually fairly
Simple.
simple and easy.
Yep.
This room says simple, this side of the room says easy, so it's got to be both, right? So we talked about this hourglass process as a guideline, and we're going to use it several times today. The reason we're going to use it several times today is a lot of times when people start looking at tactics and start looking at technology and all those things, they forget that the business is still simple and easy. All we're going to do is put new ideas into this process and make sure that you're doing more of it better, faster. Technology, I know, Jake, you would like this. Technology is like taking legal steroids. Legal. Not doing anything wrong, but it makes you bigger, stronger, faster. Yes? More efficient, bigger, stronger, faster. And, when you apply new technologies, new ideas to your business, the goal here is just to leverage, to get more out of the time that you spend, to get more out of the time that you put in, to help people progress faster. And that's a lot of the stuff we're going to cover today. So the hourglass will be a consistent theme. And, we worked on this format a little bit this morning as far as we were looking through the presentation of what we would cover and putting the hourglass back in at certain spots. Because even I realized as I'm going in, boy, this is starting to sound a little complex when really our business is Easy and simple, okay? So we're going to revert back to that over and over again. By the way, when you look at those 4 parts, how many of you believe, like prospecting, for example, and then follow-up, how many of you believe you can increase some of those 4 parts in your business after what you've learned so far? Yes? If you can increase those 4 parts, what happens to your business? It explodes. Don't forget yesterday we talked about levers. If you add to one lever, you're adding in your business. Each one of those is a lever. If you add to all 4, you're not adding anymore. You're multiplying. Imagine multiplying your income. Yes? It's still math, but it's fast math. New math. Okay? Part number 1 is what? Part number 2 is? Focused follow-up. What are we focused on?
Them.
Them and their needs. Part number 3, the all-critical, the launch. The launch phase is designed to do what? Make sure someone, starts getting some results, gets a check. Part number 4, making sure that process. So in a sense, aren't you just flipping the hourglass? Just flipping it over. Right. So now you have one on your desk. Now you have one on your desk. When you finish those 4 parts, flip it over.
Flip it over and
Fair
start
enough?
again. Yep.
Start it over. Next, running your business period. And that's not the best title for that, although it's got a great picture of a horse on the front of it, sort of running a race. That's really how you can grow your business in a 4-week or a 1-month period and have substantial growth in 4 weeks. The figures that we worked on yesterday that some folks like Jake has already committed to in writing, yes? Yes, sir. $10,000 to $25,000 of volume increase in how long? 4 weeks. Think about that. And all of you agreed, yeah, we can do that. That's going to be huge for your business, your income, your partners, everyone involved. Yes? Now you know how to run your business period for growth. Next, we talked about duplication. And when we talked about it, it's not the same as the hourglass. We talked about creating a process. Process has to be a few simple steps. That's it. We talked about tools yesterday that we could use that are easy, like handing out a phone number or handing out a website. Most of the masses in the world could do those 2 steps. Yes or yes? Yes? Absolutely. So now you can build a process that your whole team can utilize to make it a little bit easier and more duplicatable. Then we got into this one. I got to tell you, most of the discussions that we were able to overhear last night, before we had our dinner break and during it, were about this.
Yep.
And that's amazing. That, I think, again, shows the people that are drawn to this industry, which is you, shows who you really are. If that's the one that you feel, this sort of opened me up, this liberated me, that's important, I think. Yes?
Yes.
Any comments on what you heard last night?
I couldn't hear anything last night. That was crazy. I've been in that restaurant when it was only Tim and I, and then I came back and it was all of us, and I could not hear. I could see people talking to me, and I was like, what? It's very excited energy talking. You know, you get a sense when people are talking like that, how it's going, and I gathered it was going well. So
yes?
I just was like, wow, this is awesome. But I do think that preeminence is definitely a recurring theme in all of us, and I think it will be tremendously helpful. And again, it gives you that permission and allows you to just be who you are and let that absolutely shine through in this business and in our lives. So that's it. That's going to be key.
So congratulations.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, you've taken on a concept that, number one, for some of you is freeing. Oh, I can express how I really feel about the people I work with. I don't have to hide behind a series of DVDs or tactics, right? We had fun with that yesterday.
Yeah.
But I had someone last night say, you know what? I'm going to make so much money selling off all my tools. And I thought, wait a minute. Hold on. I don't know. We don't want to get involved with that. And then we set up an affiliate commission with them so that we can do a joint venture. So it's worked out beautifully. So we got this whole left side here. Let's look at this. If you just applied how to win once and for all, could you reach the top leadership position?
Yes.
Just with that one? Yes?
Yes.
What if you also added, all of a sudden you increase your own self-value to where you're worth $1 million?
Yep.
Could you hit the top leadership position just doing those 2? Yes. Jake, I can't hear you. Yes? Okay. How about all of a sudden you simplify it down to 4 steps and you keep flipping your hourglass, you and your team, you and your team. Yes?
Yes.
Could you hit your top leadership positions just following that procedure?
Yes.
Especially if you combine it with how to win, increase your self-value, yes? What about if you all of a sudden realize, like Jake made the commitment, you're going to grow your business $10,000 to $25,000 in a business period? Are you going to win?
Yes.
Are you going to hit the top leadership position? Yes. Duplication. What if all your team starts duplicating it? Whoa, exactly. And then preeminence. If you're working that way, aren't you going to feel great about it? And aren't the people you work with going to feel great about it?